Warhammer 40K Battle Report. Orcs versus Grey Knights.
Hey everyone, welcome to another J Knight Battle Report. As always, my name is Jay, and today you will see a J versus J Battle Report. This is my first official J versus J Battle Report for free. Now, the reason is I have been looking really hard to find opponents in the area. Now, if you are in the Peterborough area and you want to be a part of a battle report, contact me at j@jadedproductions.com or through my Facebook page. I would love to play a game against you. Right now, I decided to play a game by myself and have some fun. And so just to let you guys know, it is a J versus J Battle Report, so if you don't want to watch this, you can stop watching now, I guess. But this is going to be a lot of fun battle report. I'm putting together two of my favorite armies, Grey Knights versus Orcs, specifically the Ghazghkull, Waaagh, the Great Waaagh supplement. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing with two armies that I'm playing an army, actually, the Orcs I don't usually get to play a lot of, non-bikers, because the Great Waaagh supplement is really good for the elites, not for the usual can wall that I like to run. So I decided to bring that today against the new Grey Knights. I've been dying to get them on the table. Now I know what you're thinking, Grey Knights are very strong against non-bikers, but we'll see, because non-bikers have the maneuverability, and I stacked it with power claws, which are also the bane of Grey Knight's existence. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Plus we have two Lords of War, Ghazghkull and Drago. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how this game plays out. Oh, and one more thing. As many of you requested when I asked you about J vs. J Battle Reports in my Q&J show, many of you said that I should include some Tactica, thus making the video more about Tactica than a battle report as well. So it's kind of a hybrid of Tactica and a battle report. I'm going to try to incorporate that suggestion into this particular battle report. So you'll notice that I will be discussing and being a lot more open with my tactics during the game. Since I don't have an opponent, I can be very transparent. And I will be discussing throughout the games at the end of the turns, the tactic of both sides and why you do it and why you move specific ways. And I really hope you guys can learn from this particular battle report through my tactics discussion throughout it. So it's kind of a Tactica meets a battle report, and I really hope you enjoy the style. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below of what you thought about this style at the end of the battle report. So thank you very much for watching as well. Now, before the game begins, I gotta state this. Now, no dice rolls are rigged. Every dice roll is exactly what you see. I don't retake anything, so if something bad happens or something amazing happens or I have terrible luck or amazing luck, it is all in the dice, and my strategy will be as if I'm playing my army against the opponent's army. I will not be trying to throw the game. No ending is rigged. It's all what you see. That being said, let's get to the armies and the deployment. Today, it will be a game of Purge the Alien, and it will be Dawn of War. We've already decided that, and I've rolled for both of them, and the Orcs will be going first. So once again, let's get to the armies and the deployment.
So let's start off with 1,500 points of the new Grey Knights. There are not that many models on the table today. It's because they're elite. Leading my army, my Warlord, Keldor Drago, for the Lords of War slot. He's going to be insane today with this new crazy Sword of Awesomeness. Also Librarian, level 3 Librarian, and he knows a lot of powers. Vortex of Doom, Cleansing Flame, Gate of Infinity. So he's going to be nasty today. And Force, of course. Two squads of Paladins. Both of them have banners. This one has the crazier banner, the banner of the one that gives Fearless to the entire squad. The other one has the other banner. And one squad of Terminators for troops choices. And they'll be in a Land Raider as a dedicated transport. And that's it. That is 1,500 points of Paladins and Terminators and awesomeness. I am super excited to see how this list fares up because there's not a lot of models, only 6 kill points, and we're playing Purge the Alien today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see how they fare against the new Ghazghkull Waaagh. Up next, now we have 1,500 points of Orcs, but they are specifically today I'm playing the Waaagh, the Great Waaagh, the Ghazghkull supplement. So of course I have to include Ghazghkull as my Warlord, and he is awesome. And he today has the Dead Ard Warlord trait. That gives him a Feel No Pain. He already has a 6-up Feel No Pain, but I guess now he'll have a 5-up Feel No Pain. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Of course, he's up against a bunch of force weapons. We'll see how that works, but it's a good Warlord trait to have. And because he's there, I have to include at least one squad of elites. And today I have 2 squads, but for my HQs, I have a Warlord with a Boss Pole Power Claw on a bike, and a Pain Boy also as an HQ on a bike. That way he gives Feel No Pain to the squad. He's awesome. 2 squads of Knobs. Each of them are basically WYSIWYG. There's a banner. Sorry, there's not a banner. There's a boss pole as well in each one. I don't know why I included boss poles in this one, but it's okay. So boss pole in each one. Everything's basically WYSIWYG. Some of them have power claws. Some of them have big choppas. And then 2 squads of boys for the troops choices. Now, because as I said, I'm playing the Ghazghkull supplement, I'm not required to take 3 squads of troops, so I'm only going to take 2. 2 squads of like 15 boys, each with a knob with a power claw and a boss pole. And that's it. That is my 1,500 points of orcs. See, this is not going to be a lot of models. This list only has 7 kill points. Ghazghkull, Pain Boy, War Boss, 2 knobs, 2 squads of boys. So it's going to be a very low kill point game. High amounts of maneuverability for the knobs, and a lot of 2 wound models here. So it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm very curious how the game progresses. Alright, so here's what the board looks like after deployment. As you can see, bit of terrain. It's going to be an interesting match. So those Grey Knights, they're in Deep Strike. They're going to come in turn 1 automatically because of the First to the Fray Warlord trait that Drago has. They also get to reroll their Scattered Eyes if they don't like it. Terminators are in the Land Raider, and there's also a multi-melter on the Land Raider. I forgot to mention that. And a squad of Paladins are on the board. Now, I had to start at least... the Grey Knights had to start at least 3 of them on the board since there's only 6 units. So one of the Paladins had to start on the board. Que sera, sera. So that's that. On the other side of the board, they basically see the Grey Knights set up exactly across from the scary Warlord. Sorry, War Boss and the Pain Boy and the scary squad knobs, Ghazghkull, another squad of boys, and the other squad of knobs. So it's going to be an interesting match, and we'll see what happens in turn 1. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the Orcs won first turn, so they will be going first today. Grey Knights are going to try to seize the initiative, and they don't. So we'll see what happens in Orcs, turn 1.
Waaagh! Ghazghkull! Turn 1.
So the bikes are now going to move up towards those Paladins. I know that the Paladins might destroy them, but they got to give their best shot. Also, Drago is going to deep strike in, so you got to give him a little target priority there. Next, Orc Boys. Got to move up. Basically, goal is to close the gap this turn, and that way, because we know Drago and scary Librarian are going to come in this turn, and it's going to be pretty nasty, so we'll see what happens when they come in. Other squad advances. Not much to shoot at this turn, so they're going to run probably in the shooting phase anyway. And good stuff. Got to move up, got to close that gap. And bikes are going to go for that Land Raider. It's time to see if they can pop it. Come on, bikes. Will you get it? We'll see. So the bikes are going to try shooting at the closest Paladins, since they don't want to get too close to the Land Raider so the Terminators can't jump out and kill them next turn. 5's to hit, Twin Linked. Couple of hits, Twin Linked. Another hit, Strength 5, Toughness 4, 3's to wound. 2 wounds. 2 2-up saves on the Paladins. 1 failed. Nice job. 1 wound on the closest. They're going to run 1 inch. And they can't run because slow and purposeful on Ghazghkull.
Sorry, boys.
And these guys are going to turbo boost to close the gap between them and also give them a good cover save in case they get shot at. And they're going to turbo boost up. Maintain a good distance away. So turbo boost. Maintain 14 inches away. Plenty in case. And so, after the Orcs turn 1, here's what the board looks like. So basically, they turbo boosted up so that they can get a good cover save, because I know that Drago's going to pop in and do some nastiness and shooting. The Orc boys can't just, walked up, they can't run. They moved up and ran 1 inch, and they moved up. And the reason why they didn't turbo boost enough was, they turbo boosted enough that way, both the Paladins and the Terminators can assault them next turn, and that's not good. You want to take them on one-on-one. You don't want to take them both on at the same time. So they're going to keep a little bit back so that these boys can possibly get to them by the time that they get to the tank. That's good. So we'll see what happens in Grey Knights turn 1. Grey Knights turn 1. So Drago's squad is going to come in automatically due to first of the fray. They come in turn 1 automatically and they can reroll their scatter dice. Let's see where they land. So Drago is going to try to land in the fray, thinking that he can take down anything. Let's see where he lands. It's a hit. And that's where they end up. Scariness. Psychic phase. Let's see how many dice the Grey Knights get. 3, plus a lot. So Grey Knights get 10, Orcs get 3. Good luck, Orcs. Drago is going to try to cast Force on his squad. 3 dice, goes off. The orcs are gonna try to deny this one because they really do not want Drago to have Force on his squad. Not denied. Close though, but not denied. And now the Librarian is going to try to cast Vortex of Doom over there. 6 dice needs 3 4-ups. And he gets it perfectly without any perils. So he's going to try to cast it right on top of Ghazghkull's head. Where does it end up? Oh, and it hits. So the Strength D shot hits Ghazghkull and 2 boys. 3 2-up Lookout Sirs, because I'm pretty sure you can Lookout Sir Strength D weapons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't say anything against Looking Out Sir though.
1 failed. Oh no.
So on the 2 Lookout Sir ones on the boys, both will just kill boys because they're insane. And the models are dead. Closest ones, Lookout Sir. No. And here we go. Strength D on Ghazghkull. 6! Oh no! And since Ghazghkull has less than 6 wounds and no saves of any kind can be taken against it, he is dead.
Destroyed. Slay the warlord. First blood. Kill point. Ouch.
So that was just 3 points in one. I really didn't see that coming. But good job, Librarian.
Hey, where did the boss go?
And after that, that's the end of the Psychic phase. And a Vortex template is left there just in case, so it will continue on next turn. Well, now that that happened, Grey Knights have a little bit more confidence. And we're going to move up to take on this mighty Orc Horde. One guy at a time, since they just got 3 points in one foul swoop. And the Land Raider will move slightly sideways, so that way it counts as moving and can fire most of its guns anyway. Drago and his squad are going to fire at closest orcs. Drago Stormbolter first. 2 hits. The other Stormbolters. Most of them hit 2. Force to wound. Lot dead. First 4 are killed. Blah. And now the Psy Cannons at them. 8 Psy Cannon shots. 3s to hit. Wow. 2s to kill. 4 dead. So this is 4 are 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th is on the knob. So look out, sir. Look out, sir. Successful. So they will definitely be taking a leadership check later. Next, they're going to fire at the squad of boys. And the reason for this is that by firing at these squad of boys, they're more likely going to destroy a bunch and force leadership check, and due to Ghazghkull's warlord trade, it kind of hurts them. So it's a good thing to wipe out the boys quickly versus the knobs, which will get a cover save if they jink. So might as well just shoot at boys, get a straight shot, and kill them. First, the Stormbolters. 6 shots, 3s to hit. Good hits. 4s to kill. Okay. Front 4 are killed, and that alone is a leadership check. So good job. And now the Psy Cannon shots. 8 shots, 3s to hit. Wow. 2s to squish. Yep. Closest 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th closest is a knob, so look out, sir. Look out, sir, on the knob. He's okay. And he's dead. Now the Land Raider is going to try to maybe pick off a couple knobs. Now in this particular case, I'm going to be shooting normally with my 2 Twinling Glass Cannons. And I'm going to snapfire the Multi-Melta and the Heavy Bolter. That way I want to force them to jink, because if they don't jink, they're going to lose their lives. And you really want them to jink so that way the next time they can only snapfire, and in case they want to go for them, or if the Terminators, want to pop out, which they were not going to do this turn. So you want to make them snap fire this turn. 2 twinning las cannons first. 2 twinning las cannons. Both miss, but they're twin linked. 1 hit. The orcs are going to jink because they're not worried about losing their ballistic skill. 2 is to wound. Wound. 4 up lookouts. 4 up cover due to jink. Failed. 1 wound on the closest knob. Multi-melta. Snap firing. Misses. And now finally the heavy bolter, which is twin linked anyway, so you don't mind snap firing. Miss all 3 in the first one. Nothing. And now they're going to run because they're allowed to run and shoot the turn they come in from deep strike. They're going to run 6 inches. And the Grey Knights are going to run this way for a few reasons. First of all, it puts them farther away from the knob bikers because the knob bikers are scary. Second, it puts them closer to that squad in case they pass their leadership and that they can help reinforce this one. Finally, it puts them away from the Vortex of Doom, which moves at the beginning of each player phase and then causes just death. So we'll see what happens next turn. So, leadership check on the first squad of boys. Failed. Roll on the failing chart. 1. That's actually a great result because it's +2 due to the Ghazghkull rule, so it's a 3. So now they get hit with D3 +3, strength 4, AP -6. So D3 +3, 5. And force wound. 1 wound. 6 up save. He failed. So 1 boy is dead, but the squad is still alive and counts as if they passed. Good job. Now leadership check on this squad. They are okay. Good job. So they just stay as normal. So after 1 turn, here's what the battlefield looks like. That was a devastating turn for the orcs. The Grey Knights librarian was able to land in, and not only that, he got his Vortex of Doom off. He got it on Ghazghkull's head. Ghazghkull failed a lookout sir, and then we rolled a 6, and Ghazghkull got removed from play. Essentially, he got destroyed, giving them first blood, slay the warlord, and a kill, like a point kill. So it's now 3-0. The score is now 3-0 for the Grey Knights, and on top of that, there's a huge devastation in that squad and that squad. However, the knobs are still full strength, other than that 1 wound off that 1 knob. So there's a lot left of the game, so we'll see what happens in Orcs turn 2.
Waaagh! Ghazghkull! Turn 2!
So, it's Orcs start of turn 2, so now it's time to see what happens to the Vortex of Doom. So it scatters 8 inches that way and does not turn off. Out! So now it scatters and lands right on top of the war boss's head. So I'm going to try to look out sir that wound. I'm pretty sure you can look out sir this is set. If you're not allowed to look out sir, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I haven't had this situation. Look out sir. He looked out sir. So what happens to the one that gets covers 1? So actually nothing happens. That's good. It'll just be there. Good thing is if that actually hurt them, oh, that would suck. Alright, so now a little Tactica. So right now the decision is go for Drago's squad or ignore them. And I think that the better chance is to ignore them, so we'll send these bikers at this tank. And we're gonna send the 2 squads at Drago essentially, because you gotta send something at him. He's gonna attack whatever he can this turn. So you might as well tie him up and just for an extra turn. Meanwhile, I think the juicier targets are these paladins, because they don't have their force weapons activated, so I'll send the knob bikers at them. Alright, so the knob bikers are going to travel around this part, going around the back, so that way it's putting it farther distance away from Drago and them, and gets them really nice and close to the juicy target. And that's what matters, because they also have Hammer of Wrath, so they're going to get a bunch of attacks off, and they will probably really mow down this squad of paladins unless they get ahead of them first. The biggest problem is that the paladins do not have force weapons activated, so it's going to be pretty nasty for them. They'll only do 1 wound at a time against the knob bikers. And those knob bikers are just going to travel up here, close that gap, and get close to the Land Raider. In retrospect, maybe the Land Raider should have moved up a little more, but it's okay. The knob bikers are bringing the fight to them, and they're only strength 9 with Furious Charge, so they will need a lot of attacks to destroy this Land Raider, and then the Terminators will pop out, maybe pop Force, and go after them. We'll see what happens. And the Orcs are going to move up. There's not that many left, so they might as well just move up, take one for the team, and see if they can assault the Paladins. Maybe shoot them, maybe take out one. You'll never know. Same as with this squad, seeing as there is still a knob, and they will get a lot of attacks, providing they survive the onslaught of that many force weapons. We'll see what happens. So start off with the shooting phase. The non-bikers are going to shoot. Then 5 can see them, so only 5 can get their shots off. So 15 shots. And it's going to be 5s to hit, reroll, because it's twin linked. And once again, 5s. Not bad. And 3s to wound. A lot of wounds. 4 2-up armor saves on the paladins. They're all okay. Now they're going to shoot the paladins as well. Might as well see if they can maybe take a wound off. Everything's worth 7 shots, 6 5s to hit. Nice shooting techs. 4s to wound. 1 2-up armor save on the paladin. He's okay. Next squad gonna fire at them. 5 shots, 5s to hit. 2 hits. And 4s to wound. No wound. And now the assault phase. So as I mentioned, now bikers are gonna try to assault the paladins. Overwatch. 8 side cannon shots. 1 hit. 2s to wound. 1 wound. No armor save, no jinx, so feel no pain. 5 up. He's okay. And their distance, 9 inches, and they get Hammer of Wrath. That's going to be crazy. And 3 Stormbolters shooting at the non-bikers. Wow, lots of hits. 5s to wound. 1 wound. 4 up armor. Failed, feel no pain. Pain was felt. 1 wound on them. So now these guys are going to go for the paladins, and it's going to be a large amount of attacks against them. Now the paladins might be able to kill 1 or 2 of them due to the amount of force weapons, but these knobs should be in a very good spot after this combat. And because of the large base size, almost everyone will be able to get their attacks in just due to the abuse of the large base sizes. Next, they're going to try to assault the Land Raider. No Overwatch. Distance 7. So they're all going to pile in and get their attacks off against the Mighty Land Raider. And next, that squad is going to try to assault them, hopefully soaking up the Overwatch. Overwatch! Only 1 side cannon can see them. 1 hit. And 2s to wound. Kill. Lookouts are off the knob. Failed. And 8 Stormbolter shots on the boys. 4s. No wound. Distance 8 inches, which is enough for them to charge in, and fun will ensue. And they're going to join in the assault. They can't be overwatched again, so distance 9 inches, plenty. And they're going to jump into close combat too, and the fun will be insane because these guys are going to get a lot of attacks in. So we'll start off with this combat. Knobs, the big choppas don't get to attack because they're strength 7, armor 14, can't do anything. But the other knobs, with the power claws, there's 3 of them, 4 of them, sorry, will get their attack. So the first 2 claws need 4s to hit, 3s to hit, sorry, because it just moved. And strength 9, armor 14, 5s to glance, 6s to pen, do a furious charge. Ooh, there's 3 hull points, and a pen of 5, which becomes a 6, so it is immobilized. And next, the other non-biker attacks. All need 3s, and 5s and 6s needs only 1 to wreck it. Wow! 3 pens of, and nothing. So it is just a wreck, but that is a kill point for the orcs, and the Terminators have to get out. And now they're disembarked. This squad, 5 of them are able to get their Hammer of Wrath attacks on the squad. So 5 Hammer of Wrath attacks, 4 to wound. 3 wounds, 2 up armor saves, double fail. And that means the closest one is dead, which we'll have to roll for random. 1, 2, 3, it's the halberd. 4, it's the hammer. Ooh, hammer dead. Ouch. Hammer of Wrath attacks did a good job. And now, in initiative step 4, the paladins pile in. And they do get an extra attack because of the banner, which is pretty nice. We'll do 2 halberd attacks first. They get 3 attacks, needing 3s to hit. 6 attacks total, 3s to hit. Wow. 4 hits. Plus 1 strength due to halberd, so 4s to wound. 2 wounds. I get 2 feel no pains. 1 pain was felt. So the big choppa guy who has 1 wound left is dead. 1 wound off for orcs. And now the banner gets his 3 attacks, but they're not force weapons. Banner, 3 attacks, 3s to hit, 2 hits, 5's to wound. No wound. Oh, sorry, 1 wound. 4 up armor. It fails. Feel no pain. Pain was not felt. Initiative 3 pile in the Big Choppa and the Pain Boy. Each of them get 4 attacks. Ouch. Big Choppa first. 4's to hit. 3 hits. And they need 2's to wound. Only 1 wound. 1 wound on the banner. He's okay. Pain Boy gets his 3 attacks. Oh, sorry, 4 attacks. 4's to hit, 1 hit. Poison, 4 up to wound, 1 wound. 2 up armor save. He's okay. And now all the insanity ensues as the hammer turns around and jumps and joins the squad. And all of the claws pile in. So now it is craziness amount of killing. This should probably kill the entire paladin. So the first 2 claws. 4s. Holy moly. And 2s. Okay, that was a good balance. I'm just gonna roll those first 5 armor save, the first 5 invul saves and see how many survive. That's what I thought. Whole squad is dead. The whole squad instant killed by power claws. Oh no! And now this combat. This is gonna be a crazy combat. Drago challenges. The knob accepts. So we're just gonna put these 2 over here. And the rest are going to be a crazy comp. Drago goes first. Initiative step 5. He hits 4 attacks, needing 3's to hit. Reroll 1 because of Mastercrafted. All hit. And 2's to wound. 4 wounds. Slays the knob. And 3 of his brethren. All at the same time. Ouch. And they are going to consolidate 4 inches away from the combat. And next, the sword will go at initiative step 4. 3 attacks. 3's to hit, 4's to wound, 1 wound. Other orc boy is killed. That is another kill point for the Grey Knights. Next, the 2 halberds go on that squad. 3 halberds on that squad. 9 attacks, 3's to hit. Holy moly. And because strength was 1, 3's to kill. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 boys are dead. Wow. And finally, initiative step 2 pile in. 2 boys are still left, and they get their attacks. 8 attacks, 4's to hit. Okay. And 4's to wound, doo-doo. Plus 1 strength. So 2 armor saves. Both are okay. So they're in good shape. And now the claw piles in, and the fist also piles in, but can't get into combat because their whole squad is dead. So Claw now goes in against the paladins. The knob gets 4 attacks, 4's to hit, 3 hits. Looks like he might be taking down some paladins with him. 2's to wound, 3 wounds. So we'll do the wounds. So the 3, 5 up invuls, instant killing, all dead. Wow. So the first one, gone. Second one is an apothecary, so we'll do a 4 up lookout sir. He's lookout sir, so he's dead. And then the second one is either the librarian or the apothecary. So the apothecary is going to take it because you don't want to kill the librarian instantly. So that alone is a huge knockoff to the paladins. Good job, Orc Power Claw. So after that insane in combat, this is all that's left. So the orcs lost by a lot. They still need Snake Eyes because they lost, I think they lost by 4. So they need 3. All right, so they lost by 3, or 4, so they're actually leadership 3. So they need a leadership of 3. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, boss pull. Nope, they fail. On the here we go table, a 2, which becomes a 4. I'm gonna boss pull to re-roll it. 1, yes, which becomes a 3. So now I take D3 plus 3 wound or hits, 2, so 5 hits total. 4 is to wound. Nice, 1 wound and 6 is up save. He's okay. That's perfect. So now this combat is going to stay together. Drago's actually here. And I was actually able to successfully tie them up. I did lose another kill point, but it's okay. I was able to tie up Drago's squad, and that 1 claw alone killed 3 paladins. Because paladins' biggest bane of their existence are power claws and power fists. So that was a great job. And I removed the apothecary, so no more feel no pain. Things are maybe looking up for the orcs. So right now, after right now after 1.5 turns, the orcs' turn, the current score is 4-2. Now, this turn was a good turn. At least for the orcs. They really get some points back. They killed the Land Raider, and those Terminators are going to go for them next, so they'll probably try to activate their force weapons and jump at them. That being said, this many Terminators on that many Knob Bikers may not even be able to do it, because Overwatch alone might kill one, and that many Knob Bikers is a scary force, so that's good for them. And over here, these Knob Bikers were able to wipe out that squad of Paladins, so right now a second kill point there, and the best part about it was they were able to consolidate backwards away from the combat. And right now, the goal for the Orcs is to keep the Grey Knights at bay. But the Grey Knights, on the other hand, as I said, they might activate their force weapons to go for them. And Drago is still alive. Now, they did lose their Apothecary. But the Librarian and Drago and Tunop, basically they were going to wipe them out. But the Orcs were able to miraculously pass their leadership eventually due to the boss pull. And because of that, now they were able to tie up those Grey Knights and prevent them from moving for another couple turns, and that is key to the Orc victories, controlling where the combats happen, because there's not that many kill points left on the board for the Orcs. They got to maneuver around and kill those Grey Knights. So we'll see what happens in Grey Knights turn 2.
Grey Knights, turn 2.
So we'll start off with that Vortex. Let's see if it goes out, or where does it move? So it moves 6 inches that way. Movement phase. They're gonna move and get close to these Knob Bikers because it's time to go for them. They want to activate their force weapons and then go assault them. So we'll start off with the Psychic phase. How many dice do the Grey Knights get? 2 plus some. So the Grey Knights still get 10. Wow. Grey Knights get 10 and Orcs get 3. Alright, now they're going to try to activate force so they can destroy them. They're going to make sure they do it, so they're going to use 4 of their 6 dice, or 4 of their 10 dice. And it goes off by 1. The Orcs are going to try to use all of their dice to negate. And it is negated! Oh, wow! They're going to try to activate their force weapons with the remaining 6 dice, just in case if the Knob Bikers want to assault them next turn. So this is the Librarian. And it goes off with 2. And it can't be negated. Shooting phase. They're going to shoot them. 10 shots. 3s to hit. A lot of hits. Toughness 5. 5s to wound. Not a lot of wounds. In fact, no wounds. They're going to try to assault them. Overwatch. Only 5 of them can see, so only 5 of them can shoot. First 9 shots. 6 to hit. Reroll. So 1 hit on the first. Twin links. 2 hits. The next 6 shots. 6s. 1 hit there. And let's reroll. Nope. 3 hits total. 3s to wound. 2 wound. 2 armor saves on the Terminators. 1 fail! That's what I was calling. Closest Terminator is killed. Ouch. Due to Overwatch. Distance. Good. So we'll go with the Halberd first. He gets 3 attacks on the charge, and he needs 4s to hit. 4s to hit. All hit. Wow. And 4s to wound due to Halberd power. 1 wound. No armor save allowed, and no feel no pain. So they just lose him. Now the 2 hammers. Now the 2 swords. 4s to hit. Nice hitting. 5s to wound. No. So now initiative 3 pylon. The big choppas and it's big choppas. 3 big chop. The 6 big chop attacks. 1 hit. 2 to wound. 1 2 up armor. He failed! Oh no! Another guy dies. This is crazy luck on them. And then the claws pile in. First we'll do the hammer. So 3 attacks, 4s to hit. 2 hits, 2s to wound. Both wound. He does kill a claw. And another one takes a wound. Another claw. So that's not bad. He just did some damage. Then the claws hit back. 9 attacks, 4s to hit, 2s to wound. 3 wound. 3 5-up involves. 1 passed, 2 failed. The 2 closest are dead. The hammer is still alive. Wow. So it's actually a draw. They killed 3 Terminators and 3 Knobs got wounded. So it is a complete draw, and I didn't see that coming. Awesome. And now this close combat, we're just going to save time and remove the 3 because they have force weapons activated, and they consolidate 2 inches. They'll move towards the other Knobs because you got to be aggressive when you're Drago and a Librarian. So right now, after 2 turns, that was only turn 2. Wow, this is crazy. The current score is 5-2, I believe. But the game is not over yet, because there are 3 kill points left in that squad, there are 3 kill points left in this squad, and there are 1 more kill point there. So if the orcs kill that Terminator, like, that should happen, and that'll be 5-3, and then these guys just gotta stay alive, so they're gonna probably outmaneuvering the Grey Knights for the rest of the game, and just trying to get away from them and shoot them up. So we'll see what happens in turn 3.
Waaagh! Ghazghkull! Turn 3!
So first, the Vortex of Doom. Where does it end up? 8 inches that way. So it's actually getting suspiciously close to Drago and the Librarian, but I think he wants to cast that power again because it was so much fun. Alright, so we'll start off with the movement phase. The Orc Knob Bikers are going to move away from Drago and from the Librarian and everyone. They figure if they can move around for a minute, outmaneuver them, and just light them up, that is what the only key they have left in the game. Plus, if they stay about 18 inches away, it would be almost impossible to assault them through the terrain. So we'll just keep them in coherency here, and they'll all be able to shoot at them. Shooting phase, they're not going to shoot at them. So the first round of shots, 5 hit reroll. 1 hit on that. They need to do better if they want to kill Grey Knights. And 5s. 2 hits from the first wave. Second wave of shots. 5s. That's much better. Wow. And 5s. Not bad. So 2 from the first and 4 from the second. There's still toughness. Majority toughness is 4, so 3's to wound. 4 wounds. 4 2-up armor saves on the paladins. All okay. And that's the shooting phase. Assault phase. Assault 1. Oh, sorry. Big Choppa goes. 2 Big Choppas. He's technically Big Choppa. Goes at initiative step 3. 4's to hit. That's really nice. And 2's to wound. 4 wounds. 4 2-up armor saves. He's alive. Hammer goes initiative step 1. 2 hits. 2's to wound. 1. Oh! And then all the power claw attacks. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. That many hits. Oops. That many hits. 2s. 4 wounds. And 4 5-up pinballs. And he's dead. Almost survived. So he is dead. Another kill point for the orcs. And they will consolidate 2 inches. So now, after orcs, turn 3. That was a very quick turn 3. The score is getting closer now. It's 5 to... I think it's 5 to 3? So it's getting pretty close. There's still 3 more kill points over there. Plus, say the Warlord. So 4 more kill points in that one squad alone. So there's Drago, Librarian, Squad, and so the Warlord. And so there's plenty of game left, and you never know what will happen. But there's a lot of Orc Knob Bikers left, and there's not a lot of wounds easy left. Drago's going to be hard to kill. These guys are going to be hard to kill. So it'll all come down to one word. Force. And we'll see what happens in turn 3. Or Grey Knights.
Grey Knights, turn 3.
So, Librarian is going to move up 6 inches so that he can get closer to the closer squad and see if they can assault them this turn. Because that's what they got to do. They just got to keep assaulting them and destroying squads one at a time. Okay, phase, how many dice do you get? 1 plus 3 for the Librarian, 2 for Drago, and 1 for the squad. So you get 7. Orcs only get 1. That's not good for the orcs. So they're going to use 2 of them to cast... Actually, they're going to use 3 of them to cast Force. Just in case. And it's a good thing they do, because it only goes off with 1 of them. The orcs are going to use their 1 dice. Their 1 dice to deny. And it's not denied. Let's start off with the Vortex. Where does it go? It ends. It's finally... Its reign of terror is over. Alright, he's going to try to get lucky and cast Vortex of Doom on the squad. And it fails, and he perils. On the peril chart, what happens? A 4. So 1 wound off Librarian, 1 wound left. Oops. We're going to try to shoot at the knobs. Maybe loosen them up a little bit. Drago shot. 2s. Both miss. The other 3 Stormbolters. 3s. All hit. 5s to wound because of the bikes. 4 wounds. 4 4-up armor saves. 2 failed. This knob is killed. That's a huge detriment because that's minus a claw. And now they're going to try to assault. Overwatch. First wave of shots. 6s. 1 hit. Twin linked. Wow! 5 hits from the first wave. Now the second wave of shots. 6s, nothing. See, if it nothing, then it would balance out entirely. So that was insane. 6 hits total. 3s to wound. 5 wound. 5 2-up armor saves. All okay. Another distance. Now they're salting through terrain, so it's going to be a -2. 4 inches, not enough, unfortunately, to get them in. So that is a no charge. So, after 3 turns, that was officially Grey Knight's turn 3. The score is currently 5-3 still, because they only killed 1 knob there. So right now, the Grey Knights are just remaining, holding on to those few things, because there's so many kill points that one squad as Grey Knights typically have. And the Knob Bikers, again, so many kill points in this squad's left. So it's a very close game. Essentially, the Orcs will have to table the Grey Knights, and they're going to try to do that in Orcs. Turn 4.
Waaagh! Ghazghkull! Turn 4.
So the Orcs are going to actually separate, and they're going to move in 2 different directions. That way, this one squad can only pick on one of them at a time, but they're both trying to remain about 18 inches away so that the Grey Knights can't really get to them this turn. It's unfortunate to waste all these claws, but right now, because their force weapons are up, it will be kind of, sacrificial to send in only one squad. You can try to send in both, but every hit will essentially equal a dead knob because of force weapons. So might as well try to shoot them, maybe weaken them a little bit, and then attack them after. Alright, so the Orc Pikes are going to move up a little, slightly, just so that, as I said, you give them a target, because now they have to choose between the red squad or the blue squad, and both squads are going to mow them down very quickly. And the red squad is going to follow suit as well, just moving sideways 12 inches so that they can all fire at them as well, and stay as far away from them as possible, because the key for a Knob Biker is you don't want to get force weaponed in the face. So the first squad is going to fire at them. The first 12 shots. Well, this is all the 12 shots, so 5 to hit. Twin linked. Okay. And 5s again. Twin linked. Another 1 hit. Apparently they don't want them to die. Toughness is 4, so 3s to wound. 3 wounds. 3 2-up armor saves on the squad. All okay. Now they're going to try to shoot as many as they can over there. Alright, so the first 9 shots. 5s. Now, and 5s. 4 hits. And then the second round, 5s. And 5s. 7 hits, 3s to wound. 5 wounds. 4 wounds. 4 2-up armor saves. Oh no! 2 failed! So the closest to hammer is dead. Ouch. Second closest is the librarian, so 2 up, look out, sir. He's okay, so it goes on Drago. So that was actually a very successful Orc's turn, seeing as they were able to kill the 1 Terminator, but it was a hammer, so that's really good, because it just lowers the number of attacks they're going to get if they charge or attack. And plus, the Knob Bikers are now pretty far away, and it's going to be a large distance, plus they might have to assault through terrain, and that would just slow them down further. So it's a good shape for the Orcs, but right now the score is still 5-3, and the Terminators only have a couple turns left, so right now it looks like the Orcs are going to have to be aggressive in probably the next turn.
Grey Knights, turn 4.
So now it's Grey Knight turn, and it's time for the Grey Knights to pull a really nasty maneuver, unfortunately on the Orcs, which might cost the Orcs the game, but we'll see. So first of all, movement phase, they'll move as normal, just 6 inches away from the Orcs, since they have the lead right now. They just want to stay alive, and that's the key. Yep. Phase, how many dice? 2, plus 3 for Librarian, 2 for Drago, and 1 for the squad, so 8 total. The Librarian is going to cast Gate of Infinity. And it goes off, and cannot be denied by the Orcs, since it's plus, it already has more dice than the Orcs have. Librarian is going to jump off the table, and he's going to try to re-deep strike way over there in the Orcs deployment zone. And where does he end up? 7 inches this way. And that's where they land. And they're going to run 4 inches. So, the Grey Knights, they did a nasty maneuver and they got away. So now they're over 30 inches away from the Knob Bikers. And the reason being is, if you're winning the game, sometimes you don't have to be so aggressive, because it's going to be hard to face this many Knob Bikers who will outmaneuver you any day. The only advantage that they have is, they can deep strike away if they want. And they did. So that is good. And the Grey Knights, they still have the lead, so we'll see what happens in turn 5.
Waaagh! Ghazghkull! Turn 5.
So the Not-Bikers are going to move up 24 inches to the center of the table. That's not only their move, that's also the turbo boost. I'm just going to combine them at the same time because that's all they want to do. They want to get in the center of the table so that no matter where the Grey Knights go, they can attain them within a turn. And the other Not-Bikers are going to do the same to react to the nasty move by the Grey Knights. And now they'll be able to get them probably wherever they go next turn. So that was a very quick turn 5 for the Orcs. Now, as I said, you have to react to the Grey Knights pulling that maneuver because it's unfortunate that they can do that. But it's just because it gets to a point where there's no point fighting. You might as well just jump away and have the Orcs just try to follow you. And right now they had to separate themselves because if they kept all together, the remaining guys can just jump across the table. It's a cheap maneuver, but unfortunately it is a maneuver that the Grey Knights can use to win.
Grey Knights, turn 5.
Grey Knights, turn 5. And the Grey Knights are just going to move back 6 inches. Yep. Psychic Phase, Grey Knights, how many dice? Still 7. So first off, they're going to cast the teleportation once again. They're going to use 4 dice for Gate of Infinity. And it goes off. More dice than the Orcs can use to capture them. Try to jump all the way back here. See where they land. Where do they end up? Hits. Oh, that would have been a good scatter too. And they land right there. End up. So that was pretty crazy. And they use their remaining 3 powers. Gets Force. Goes off with 1 dice. So they're going to use their 1 dice. Not negated. Ouch. So, after 5 turns, here's what the battlefield looks like. I know it's a nasty maneuver, but the Grey Knights have to use anything they can get, and the super psychic powers are their forte. So right now, the current score is, I believe, 5-3 still? Yeah, I think it's 5-3. Correct me if I'm wrong, the score will be up in the top. But the reason is, Grey Knights, they left the deployment zone, I guess. They could have been in the deployment zone of the Orcs, but they decided to come over here in more safety, because there's only 4 Not-Bikers with 2 wounds left. Versus that entire squad of 6 of them. So this one's a lot scary. Might as well go to this side in case the game does not end. But that's a smart maneuver because right now the Orcs will outmaneuver them. So on foot, they'll never get to the Orcs. Orcs will just shoot them down and eventually shoot them until they die. But then again, they have to be aggressive anyway because they're down. So yeah, it's just a good maneuver to get away. You're in the lead, you don't have to be that aggressive, you can just teleport away and kind of win the game. It's a cheap maneuver, but it's a good maneuver for the Grey Knights. That being said, one of the packs of Orcs knobs will be able to catch them next turn, so we'll see if that pays off or if the game ends. So, on a 1 or 2, game continues. On a 3 or 4, on a 3 up, game ends. Game ends. As I was saying, sorry, 1 or 2, game ends, 3 up, the game continues. So, unfortunately, that's a good game, and it is a Grey Knights victory. Good job, Grey Knights.